What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to TD Fins Talk. Let's try this again, man. Sorry, I just had to take care of something, make sure everybody was all right. And false alarm, baby, false alarm. But we good, man. We back at it. Hope y'all ain't go to sleep on me. Hit that like button on y'all way in the room, man. Hit that like button. What's up, Adam? Shout out to you. First, Ethan. Let's see here. What's up, Plank? Jose, shout out to you, Jeff. Ronnie Grooms. We're gonna give 23 people in the room, only 9 likes. Punch that like button, guys. Haven't been on in a while. My bad. You good, Esteban? I'm glad you're here tonight, man. Tony Vlogs. What's up, man? All right, guys. On today, this evening, we're gonna be talking about the 7 players that the Miami Dolphins signed from the AAF. 2 of them we already talked about. And then we're going to talk about this preseason schedule that was released. We don't have definitive games other than the Jacksonville game. We know the date on that. But everything, and that's only because it's televised. But everything else, we don't know the dates, but we know who we are playing. So we're going to go over that as well. But we are going to start with the AAF. Hit that like button if you're just coming in, guys. It's TD Fans Talk. Thank everybody who support the channel like Plank Titan just did. Fins family. Shout out to everybody that's in the room. They're part of Fins family, guys. And thanks, Plank Titan. Appreciate you, man. Called it. I knew after yesterday we were going to stock up on AAF players. Hey, I like it. I think we're going to talk about each one of them. But might be some diamonds in the rough, baby. Might be some diamonds in the rough. Might be. We're going to talk about some of these and then some of the moves I like. Some of them I'm like, but we're going to talk about it for sure, man. Ricardo Luis. We talked about him yesterday, Adam. Go check out the live stream we did yesterday. We talked about Ricardo Luis. Let me see here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I got all 7 on here. All right, guys. Cleveland Dolphin fan here. Hey, Cleveland Dolphin fan. That's what's up, man. Leave them Browns alone. They are putting the pen to the paper. Yes, they are, but they're all good deals. All cheap deals, man. Think about it. They're AAF players. What's good with you, Chris Knowles? True. Shout out to you. Me too. We sack leader, baby. Yes, we talked about him yesterday, man. Man, the running back they signed looks like he might do something. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, man. We will talk about it. All right, here we go, man. Camp body is not if we can get the next Cam Wake. That'll be dope, though. I like the signs. Listen, I'm not even saying camp bodies. It's not even about camp bodies. It's about bringing in as much talent as you can. Excuse me, guys, what y'all got to understand is I don't care if we bring 10 players in. If one of them turns out to be a Cam Wake or something, a starter, if one of them, that's all that matters. That's all that matters, man. If you can develop 3 of them to be good, solid backup players, that's all that matters. I mean, don't look at these AAF players and say that we're going to have the next Tom Brady, the next J.J. Watt, or anything like that. I'm not saying it's impossible. I mean, like I said, look at Cam Wake. Big-time talent. Made a big name for himself in the NFL. Depending on these last 2 years in the NFL, he might make an argument about Pro Bowl, but he got to have 2 really good years. I'm just keeping it 100, y'all. He got to have 2 really good years and hopefully be able to go be on the team that actually gets to the Super Bowl or something. But we'll see. But you never know. These moves are not to be, we just signed this guy, we going to the next level. I mean, we can, but that's not what this is about, man. It's just not what it's about. All right? These moves are solely about who can we develop to be an NFL player. That's all it's about. All right, so let's get into it. 7 AAF players we signed. We got to get to 90. You're correct. But we just put a big chunk in, and we were short 32 players 2 days ago that we needed on the roster. In the last 2 days, I think we've subtracted that by 10 players. Literally, we're down to like 22 player need, which is a good look because we're probably going to pick up still another 4 or 5 free agents, and then we're going to work the draft. And then after the draft, we still probably will have about 12, 13 slots available, but that's when you get your undrafted players. That's when you're going to be picking all those guys up, undrafted players, undrafted players, undrafted players. So that's where we are right now. Number one, player out of the AAF, we're not going to talk about him, J-Ron Elliott, because we talked about him yesterday. Go check out the live stream from yesterday. On J-Ron Elliott, and you'll see everything that we talked about in regards to him. He's from the AAF. And you also have Michael Dunn. We talked about him 2 days ago from the AAF. So go check out those streams if you want to hear more information on those two guys. But there are 5 additional players that were signed today, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to start out with the running back guys, Kenneth Faroux, or Faroux, whatever, however you pronounce the last name. I'm going to read some information that I got on Kenneth. This pickup overall, I'm not very excited about, but let me go ahead and read why. He played in the AAF. Now, he did spend some time with the Houston Texans and the Chargers, so he has had some NFL experience. In the AAF, he had 20 carries in his first 12 games. Then he was a starter for 3 games, but then he ended up getting injured. Let me see here. Excuse me. I'm sorry. This is actually his NFL time. I think he showed up because he was behind really good running backs, guys, in the NFL. He played for Houston Texans and the Chargers. In the first 12 games, he only had 20 carries because he was the third running back. He was the third running back slotted. He had 20 carries, okay? In his first 12 games. But both running backs ended up going out, giving him a much bigger workload over the next 3 games. During that time frame, that's what you call getting your shot, guys. You're third on the depth chart and you made a roster, and both guys in front of you go out. That's what you call getting the shot. What did he do when he got a shot? He was able to get 40 carries. All right, he got 40 carries. So that's pretty much about 13 per game. And he only garnished about 122 yards out of those 40 carries. So he's pretty much about 4 yards per carry. 3 yards per carry, 3.1, something like that per carry. But he also has 0 TDs, no touchdowns, all right? But there are reports that he shows some glimpses of production. Still doesn't stand out for me. You get your shot, that's when you got to shine. That's just my take on it, all right? Now, the problem is right after that, shortly after that, he ended up having a shoulder injury, okay? And that was in 2017. He was out of the NFL. In 2018, he came back after a full season, and he ended up going with the Patriots just for preseason, though, okay? He played he only played in 1 preseason game. See, this is even worse. He makes it back, and then those guys, he didn't play preseason 1, preseason 2, nor preseason 3. You have to be at the bottom of the barrel on a roster to say that you only played preseason game 4. And y'all know I'm right about that, all right? But that was his situation. He was able to garnish 5 carries in that game for 24 yards. So almost 5 per, a little production. But he was immediately waived, and then he went to the AAF and gave okay production. There's nothing coming out of the AAF saying that he did this, he did that. He was able to do X, Y, and Z. So this is just one of those pickups. I personally think he's a player that's known by some people in the league. He did do a brief stint with the Patriots. So that could have something to do with them bringing him in as well. He may know O'Shea. I'm speculating here. But outside of that, This is one of those cases of we already have a lot of holes at the running back position. We only got 2 on the roster right now. We're probably going to start with 4 when the season starts. So you bring a guy like this in to say, hey, we're probably going to get undrafted free agents and free agents in general. Come in and compete. Surprise us, and you never know. But, hey, come on in. Let's take a look at you. You've been in the NFL. You know, you've had some time on in preseason and things like that. So bring the guy in. You know, obviously he's a good character guy, and he probably has a motor and a determination because after an injury, being that young and that far on the depth, that people don't take chances like this. So he's probably has the right mind, the right attitude, and everything. So bring the guy in. If he turns it around and he's able to show something, give a spark, or do something that impresses, that's all this move is about, guys. Nothing more, nothing less. So this isn't a pickup to say this is the guy to be our number 1 running back. But this, hey, if he can impress, you never know what that'll turn out to be. So that's the first one, man. That's right. You never know. You never know, man. I'll take Greer if we could. I'm chanting for Will Greer. Hey, if we can, it's a possibility. Facts. Competition. Flores crew are making this a competitive environment. The best will see. The field best believe. Everyone is competing for a job. They have to prove themselves. And I love that type of environment, guys. Think about it. Who on our roster has the right to feel entitled? Nobody on our roster other than maybe 2 players. You know, Rashad Jones, which his future isn't long. And Minka don't feel entitled. Now, he's probably, him and Tunsil are probably the only 2 on the team who'd have a right. I'm not even going to say have a right. That's just wrong of me. Who could feel entitled. But luckily, both of those guys aren't those type of guys. They're humble and hungry, and I love it. You only get that with good character deep down inside. Tunsil and Minka. Not X, because X is in a contract situation. And truth be told, when a player comes out and say, I want to be highest paid and things like that, that's a sense of entitlement. Like, what's wrong with the player feeling confident in himself, keeping everything indoor, and literally just contacting him and his agent contacting the Miami Dolphins? You know, we really try to be the highest paid, but, you know, we want to be up there. We feel we deserve it. That's what an agent does. And this is between us. I'm not talking to the media about my contract situation. So I know there's a snippet of entitlement in there. Only Tunsil and Minka could be. But the good thing is their character won't even allow them to. That's what I love about this team. They got rid of all entitlement. Every bit of it. Love it, man. All right, guys, let's move right along. All right. With that high, Will Greer is the man. He's coming to workouts. Hey, we'll see, guys. Once again, nothing's guaranteed, though. All right, here we go. The next player, okay? Linebacker Tyrone Holmes. Now, Tyrone Holmes was a 6th-round pick by the Jaguars, okay? He played collegiate ball out of Montana, but he was a 6th-round pick. This was back in 2016. Now, he actually played 15 games for the Browns at the linebacker position, and he was able to get 1 sack and all of that. Now, Tyrone Holmes, 25 years old, he's young. I love that we're filling roster spots and not just grabbing players, okay? There's not much information on Tyrone Holmes. So obviously he's not going to be a hype guy, big name guy, but at the end of the day, he's brought in to compete. And I can't say, even though we don't know much about this guy, I can't say he can't compete with our linebackers. I mean, I don't think y'all realize we need some linebacker help. I'm hoping that Raekwon and Jerome step it up. But truth be told, we need some help at the linebacker position, man. We need some help. We haven't had great play, y'all. That's just a fact. I don't care about the glimpses here and the glimpses there. All right, that's all good for development. But truth be told, we don't have that guy yet. Because Kiko ain't in our long term. Some of y'all want to argue whether he that guy or not. I like Kiko as a player. But we need some linebackers, man. So I'm glad at the pickup, not because I even think the guy will be something. But once again, you never know. Plus, these coaches are banking on themselves. These coaches believe that they are the difference maker. And that's what I always wanted in a coach. The one he feels he's the difference maker, not the player. Because if he is the difference maker, y'all going to see a whole bunch of no-names start helping us win games. Start helping us win games. I'm telling y'all. So I like to pick up because it's a position of need. Some people won't even think that. We got our starting 3 linebackers. Linebacker is a position of need. It's not a position of priority. Somewhat it is, but it is a position of need, man. So hey, I'm in favor of that pickup. It doesn't blow me out my socks. Okay. Hey, I like Baker too. But once again, is Jerome Baker that dude? That's my problem. We can't say that yet. I don't care about the glimpses and stuff, and that makes us like him. Me too. The glimpses of, okay, man, if we can get that consistency, or if you could do this more impactful, I like him too. I like him, just like you. But we need a rock at the linebacker position. And if you say Jerome Baker is a rock right now, I'm not saying he won't be, but right now, this very moment, then come on, man, let's keep it real, man. I don't know what to say if you really think that. I don't want to. Anyway, I digress. All right, moving along. All right, now we got another guy that we brought in. He is a defensive tackle. And technically he's a nose tackle, okay? Joey Maboo. I don't know how you say it, Boo or Maboo or MBU is how you spell it. But Joey Maboo, or something. I don't know if I'm butchering it. Please forgive me, Joey, if you're watching this. 26 years old, 6'3", 313 pounds. So defensive tackle stuffer up the middle over 300 pounds, 313 to be exact, y'all. Now, rumor report has it that he's going to be good for the 3-4 scheme, which we may actually be running. He is listed as a nose tackle, and everyone that knows football knows in a 3-4, the most important thing is that nose tackle. You need that anchor in that middle. You need that anchor. And they just brought in a pretty big guy, 26 years old, 6'3", 313 pounds. Once again, we got some defensive tackles, but more competition. Now, he does have NFL experience where he has played 9 games with a mixture with the Falcons and the Colts. That's all the information that we have on that. But I will tell you, nice, decent pickup. Remember, I'm going to be real with you, man. We done brought in, what's that, 4 or 5 defensive tackles, defensive linemen now that we brought in, giving us like 6 or 7 on the roster now, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think that gives us maybe 6 or 5, maybe. I got to go back and count. But more depth, more guys to compete, and that's what it's all about, man. On the guy from Brazil. No, I will. Matter of fact, I'll check it out tonight. Some tape on him. I just saw his size. It told me everything I need to know. But I'll check him out. And have you seen it, Atkins? Let me know if it's out there. Now, moving along. Now, y'all, this is the one that excites me. No, I'm going to do that last. All right, it's one more before him. All right, so now we're going to move forward. This one confuses me, okay? We bring in yet another wide receiver. Okay? Reese Horn, okay? Reese Horn is, let me see. Oh, I didn't put his age. I'll go over it in a moment, man. Reese Horn, 28 receptions for 429 yards in the AAF, y'all. Now, what I do like is he had a yards per catch of 15.3 yards. He had an average. Every catch was 15.3 yards on average, but only one touchdown. But he might have some big game potential. So I can see why they're looking at guys like this. Bring them in, more competition. Hey, Devontae Parker, we brought you back, but don't act like you safe. Jakeem Brandon, Albert Wilson, you coming out those injuries. Hey, I need to see the old you or even better, or don't act like you safe. That's what this is about. And I like it. It's that competition. We bringing in more guys. Don't think any one of y'all are safe. Only one safe is Kenny Stills. And he ain't safe because he's trade bait. But y'all know what I mean by safe. He going to have a job regardless. He going to, whether he with the Miami Dolphins or not, he's going to have a job. All right? Now, this guy, now his receptions were, his yards per receptions were fourth in the AAF. So not bad out of all wide receivers. Fourth best yards per receptions. Now, he did a stint with the Tennessee Titans, but only training camp in 2016. He also played some football in Europe. So, and in college, he was a first-team Division II All-American back in 2015. So, I mean, you know he had some potential. He shined even if it was on a D2 level. These are those guys. Once again, you put it on the coaches. Are they going to be the guys that make it happen, man? I love this stuff, TD. Flores ain't playing. He keeping everyone on their toes. We want winners, not players who fold under pressure. Miami Dolphins going to shine. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That running back we signed, I see him making the team. Pats use 3 running backs. Yeah, but you got to look at it like this, Chris Life. It's easy to see him making the team right now because we only got 2 running backs on the roster, and he's the 3rd one now. It's easy to see that. But what you got to take a step back and do is say, oh, did we just draft one? Did we just pick another one up in free agency? Or did we actually get an undrafted player that starts to shine in preseason? So it's hard to say you can see him making the roster because it's not about what you did in the past when you're this type of player. It's about when we get to training camp, hey, whose brain is moving faster than everyone else's? And who's putting that brain into action when we go out on that field when I'm on the eye test? Guys, these guys make the team in practice and in the preseason game. It ain't just because of, hey, I did more than this person in the past. When you're fighting and these are bottom level, hey, let me show that I belong. It's hard, man. So I'm not going to sit here and say anybody's guaranteed like that. Now, let me move forward. This next one excites me. He's not even going to be guaranteed, but I love this one, man. Let me tell y'all why. Okay. We picked up a tackle today. Now, I just like what I see from a physical standpoint. Jared Jones-Smith, okay? And somebody said, where are the O linemen? This is one, baby. This is one right here. And when I say he a lineman, I like it. Now, I'm just talking about from a physical standpoint, physical stature. Jared Jones-Smith, okay? He spent the 2018 training camp with the Houston Texans. He went to college at Pittsburgh, 33 games, 13 starts. We don't have much information about him. Obviously, he played in the AAF. We don't have too much information about him. But let me give y'all a comparison that I do like, okay? His size. Take Laramie Tunsil. I love Laramie Tunsil's size. He ain't one of those overly bloated left tackles. He not one of those slow-moving left tackles, right? And Laramie Tunsil is 6'5" and 315 pounds. Laramie Tunsil weighs 4.2 pounds per every inch of his body. He's for a left tackle, Perfect stature, if you ask me. Not too big to stop your speed and not too small, but you're a big guy because you're taller. You're 6'5". But this guy, Jared Jones-Smith, is not 6'5". He is 6'7". Not only is he 6'7", but he only weighs 4.1 pounds per inch. He actually weighs 0.1 less per inch than Tunsil and taller. Bigger frame to get around. There is no better comparison for this. This guy right here, don't be surprised. And once again, I put this all on coaching, y'all. He might not be anything, but if the coaches see something in him and they can turn this guy into something, he has the physical stature for it. Laremy Tunsil is the prime example, and he's taller, bigger frame, and weighs less per inch, which means that he isn't sacrificing any speed unless he has bad footwork. But once again, Flores told you he's not looking for players unless you got good eyes, good hands, and good feet. When he watching you on film in the play, he trying to get up close plays and see if your eyes are moving. He trying to see that whenever that ball hike, what are your feet doing? Are they chopping, ready to go in any direction, or are they just sitting there? You know? And when you make engage contact with somebody, what are your hands doing? How are you executing that stuff? I find it hard to believe that this guy is on our roster if Flores and those guys didn't see some. It may not be all, I don't know, but if they didn't see some of those attributes in him. So imagine this guy taking over for Jawan James at the right tackle position and being just as effective as Laremy Tunsil, potentially. Being just as effective. Just imagine us getting that kind of production. Not saying that it will happen. Again, guys, this is a long shot. This is a guy in the AAF. He had a little NFL stint, but at the end of the day, didn't work out. But sometimes, if you can rely on coaching and coaching can make the difference, man, I'm hoping Flores and those guys can do that. This would be huge. And even furthermore, say this ain't the guy. But with the little development, could he turn out to be the guy that back up the two guys at the tackle position? Because he's a tackle. He's a tackle. Can he be the guy that backs up Laremy Tunsil? Will he be an upgrade from the guy that was backing him up last year? And y'all know how I feel about the guy who backed him up last year. I make it an emphasis not to remember his name. So I really love this pickup from just a man, 6'7", y'all. 320 pounds. 6'7". 6'7", y'all. Let me repeat that. 6'7". Man. 6'7". Woo! It's a guy, man. But hey, that's what we got. A few more details on him. Again, Michael Dunn, which is a guard. So, again, that's an offensive lineman. For those of you who said, where's the O-line? We actually got two offensive linemen from the AAF. Michael Dunn is one of them. He's a guard, 6'5", which is pretty tall, 300 pounds at the guard position, like that too. Only 1 year experience coming out of Maryland for college in 2017 from Bethesda, Maryland, and signed with the Dolphins. Then you got Jerome Elliott, a linebacker we talked about, J-Ron Elliott, excuse me, we talked about yesterday. 6'3" linebacker, 240 pounds, 4 years of experience coming out of Toledo College, a native of Ohio and Cleveland with the Dolphins. Kenneth Farrell, a running back, we talked about him, only 5'9". So he's not a very tall running back. He's right where running backs typically are. 219 pounds, 2 years of experience out of Houston and from Texas with the Dolphins. Tyrone Holmes, a linebacker. That's two linebackers we done got from the AAF, y'all. J-Ron Elliott and Tyrone Holmes. And I like that too. Another one, he's 6'2", weighs more though. He's shorter than J-Ron, but he weighs more at 253 pounds. 2 years experience, collegiate level at Montana, Eagle Point, Oregon is his hometown. Then we got Reese Horn, the wide receiver. Again, this pickup right here is questionable for me, but hey, again, you put pressure on those guys that think that they've done enough to stick around in Miami, like Jakeem Grant and Albert Wilson and Bryce Butler. Hey, earn your spot. Reese Horn is here. What is he going to do? He's 6'3", 215 pounds, 1 year experience. Indianapolis is where he played college ball, and from Indiana. And then you have Jared Jones-Smith, the pickup that I'm so hopeful that he works out. 6'7", 320 pounds, 1 year experience from Pittsburgh. That's where he played college ball. He's from New Jersey now with the Dolphins. And last, we have Joey Mbu. If I'm messing the name up, forgive me. Defensive tackle, 6'3", 323 pounds. Man, that's a guy who could just sit right in that middle, y'all. 6'3", 323 pounds. Man, 2 years experience, college out of Houston back in 2015. And he's also a native of Texas, just like Kenneth Farrell, now with the Dolphins. Those are your 7 players that the Miami Dolphins have signed from the AAF. Guys, we're picking up positions of need. We're picking up depth at those positions, competition. I know it's a lot of players. Just imagine, guys, we're gonna have what? 10 guys we're probably going to get that are undrafted. We're going to pick up another 7+ maybe in the draft. That's 17. We just got like 10 this week. That's 27. Man, I don't care if 4 or 5 of these guys earn their role on this team. That's what it's about. Getting the best out of as many picks that you can and litter that you can get, man. Bubba J, oh boy. Oh, I don't know what he's talking about. All about fighter, that diamond in the rough, finding that diamond in the rough. That's right, man. TD, be realistic. You don't trade Kenny but cut Albert. What? TD, be realistic. Okay, I will. You don't trade Kenny, cut Albert, Grant, and Bryce, and Butler. That what you're trying to say, right? Just want to know. No, I never said such a thing. Kenny will know it. You don't cut Kenny at all. I mean, you don't trade Kenny. We don't want to trade Kenny. But people have already inquired about Kenny, but the Dolphins have said not at all. We haven't heard any offer worth Kenny Stills yet. So if you read between the lines, it don't mean he's not up. He's not on the trade block. It just means that we want a real good value for him because he's an asset. Otherwise, we want Kenny on our roster getting over 1,000 yards a season. So no, you don't trade Kenny. But he's available for trades. He's available. That's a fact. He's available, okay? Now, yeah, you don't get rid of no Jakeem Grant and Albert Wilson. Psych. Yeah, you can get rid of them. I don't want to get rid of them, but are they going to be the same player? Think about it. What if they go into training camp not looking half of what they did before? So that's what I'm talking about. I mean, if I was picking players today, of course none of them will be gone. But when they get to training camp, you don't know what one of these young guys is going to come in and do. If Reese Horn going to come in and like shock everybody and Jakeem Grant lost that extra jet booster and Albert Wilson, his mobility isn't the same, you never know. That's why you bring another guy in to make sure that they busting they behind to show rare form, to show prime again. That's what this is about. Not about replacing any of these guys, but they can be replaced. Anybody can. That's all I'm trying to say, man. Let me go back to what y'all was talking about. This roster is full of potential. Do you like Flores bringing in quality depth with size? Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it, man. That's what it's about. What? Don't cut Albert or Grant. Yeah, I get it. I wouldn't want to cut those guys either. But again, they come up in training camp not looking the same. What do you want to say? You want to keep on keeping people based off of what they did in the past? Come on, man. Let's use some common sense in that situation. Stills is making too much. Yes, he is, but he still can be traded. The Dolphins should pick up the running back that played for the Orlando Apollos, Devion Smith. He did well, and he is a thumper. I believe he was cut by the Dolphins last season. Well, I mean, it just depends on how that relationship ended, and or if the coaches are really high on him. If they look at his film and say he uses his eyes, his feet, and his hands. See, just because somebody went and balled out, don't mean that they're great at those things. You know, sometimes people are in great situations with great offensive lines and they look amazing, but you just got to see how they look now, pretty much. Isn't it crazy how a week ago you were concerned we had so much holes on the team? And Flores, we trust the man has a plan. You're so right. That's what I was talking about yesterday. Man. We went from having the most holes to actually being almost there. And that's straight A. They making things happen in the front office. Yeah, it's not the biggest names like people want it to be. Y'all gonna learn the key to success is not in these big names. We're gonna have bigger linebackers eventually. I believe so. He has a plan. Yes, he does. You think Parker will do well this year? I'm optimistic about Parker. Hello, my friend. What's up, Daph CP? Let me catch up to y'all because I'm too far behind on the chat. So if I miss your message, forgive me, man. Anybody know what we're doing with Isaiah Ford? Yeah. Telling them show up in camp and compete. You got just as much right as everybody else. Matter of fact, you got a little advantage. You got two players coming off of major injuries. Outshine them. Here's your shot. Will he? Who knows? Arnold, stop the hate, man. Talk about AFC East is trash. Nothing but 6 free wins for the Patriots. We'll see, homie. Miami's office is thinking for the future, which is really I think nice. Yeah, Parker is on a prove it deal. What up, TD? What up, Rodney? Yes, he's on a prove it deal, of course. Who should we draft with the 13th pick? I say trade down now. I mean, we're getting all these young picks. Go ahead and flip them into more picks. Get some more quality competition in camp. That's how I'm starting to feel now. I'm literally starting to feel that way. All these picks and stuff. Hell, if you can get 2 late first rounders, go ahead and grab 2 players. You know, go ahead, just make it a plethora of competition, man. Just make it a whole bunch of competition and just keep coaching. Coaching, man. Let me tell y'all why. Let's just put it like this, because the goal is well beyond this, but let's talk about this, okay? You need 22 players to have your great starting core. 22 players that have a great starting core, okay? 22. And what I mean is 11 on offense, 11 on defense, and of course you need depth. And we're going to get there at some point, okay? But I'm focused on the 22 right now. That's what we need to focus on. The 22, and we need 22 that by the time we reach 22, at least 80% of those 22, somewhere around 17 of those 22 are younger than 28 or younger. 28 or younger, okay? And here's how I look at it, okay? Let's count through the roster how many of those 22 we have right now. Start on offense. Laramie Tunsil. Y'all help me out because, oh my gosh. Is that all we have? Is that all we have? See, y'all see that? Somebody just named Albert Wilson coming off of an injury. So do we really have that? You see what I mean? It's things to think about. I mean, we can be optimistic about it, but this is the type of stuff we have to talk about, y'all. Laramie Tunsil. Then y'all said Fitzmagic. We already know he's not long-term. He's already an older quarterback. Jakeem Grant, once again, coming off of an injury. You don't know. We like for him to be, but we're talking about out of the 22 starters, what we know we got long term. And we're on Laramie Tunsil, Daniel Kilgore. How when he's older? He ain't gonna be here long. Do we draft a fullback late in the draft for a free agent? Stills, Kenny Stills. I'm gonna add Kenny, but I just don't think he's long term. But I'm gonna add Kenny. Drizzy, Gesicki, Devontae Parker. We got two, man. You can't say Gesicki. We don't know. We got two. Now let's go to defense. I'm going to entertain the Xavier Howard thing. Xavier Howard. I can't say Balaj, man. He got to beat out Drake and all that right now. I love Balaj. But I'm just saying. But anyway, Xavier Howard, Minka Fitzpatrick, Bobby McCain is in there. He just signed a 4-year deal. TD website. What do you think? I'm working on it. I'll check it out. Did you email it to me or something? Let me know. But anybody else on the defense? I just named 5. Appreciate you, Plank Titan. I just named anybody else on the defense. You can't say McMillan. You sure can't say Rashad. This is last year. I promise you that. Vincent Taylor. How old is Vincent Taylor? Let's see. Vincent Taylor. Let's see. 25. Okay, yeah. I say Vincent Taylor. I will say Vincent Taylor. You better not say no 24. What do you mean 24? Jerome Baker, you can't say him either. He might be replaced soon if he don't get his act together. Godchar. We'll talk about McMillan in a second. Let me see how old Godchar is. Let me see. How old is he? 24. I'll say that too. 5. TJ McDonald ain't long term. That's it for real. For real. Nah, we actually 7 because I've been 5 for a while. Let's go back through it, man. Let's go back through it, okay? Offense, Laramie Tunsil, Kenny Stills. Then we were forced to go straight to the defense. And you know what? I'm going to say 3 because I'm going to tell you now. Either Drake or Balaj is going to be long term. One of the two. I really believe so. 3, okay? Now, defense, Bobby McCain. We said Godchar, Vincent Taylor, Xavier Howard, Minka Fitzpatrick. McCain a liability, but he long term just signed a 4-year deal. Book it. I think that's it. 8. Anybody else y'all could think of? Let me see how old Harris is. He is 24, man. I'm going to go with 9, y'all. I'm going to go with 9. I don't see anybody else on the roster that's guaranteed for the future right now. Y'all keep saying Baker, man. Y'all keep saying Baker. Am I just hating on him? I'm gonna tell you, I ain't no hater. I just think of things objectively, and y'all say I hate because I have nothing against Baker. I have nothing at all. Never been invested in him to have nothing against him. But I mean, am I hating that bad? No, I ain't talking about Kiko or Rashad Jones. You got to be under 28 unless you're Kenny Stills. You got to be under 28. because we're talking about you being a part of our future. And Kiko ain't going to be here. I don't see Kiko being here that long, not unless we re-up on a deal that's real friendly for us. They may think Baker is too small, but I like him though. You're right, Terrence, and that's my biggest thing. Look at Flores defenses have big linebackers that can take on linemen if necessary. Anyway, here's the point, man. That's 9. I already got Charles Harris. That's 9, man. Baker can cover tight ends, but can he stop the run? What are we talking about here? I'm talking about having a linebacker that can stop the run, who can stop the pass, who can get pressure on the quarterback at will. I mean, I'm tired of talking about the linebackers that can do one thing better than the other. Oh, he's a good run stopper, but get 8 up in the secondary all day. Oh, he can guard people in the secondary, but can't stop the run worth nothing. I'm tired of that. That's my issue. Anyway, let's just move on. 9 out of 22, y'all. 9 of the 22. 9 of the 22. Now, here's what I want y'all to understand. We're going into this season with 9 of the 22. Yeah, we have other players like your quarterback and different things like that. That's good enough right now. They're not in the long term, but I like that for our team already this year. I mean, we're going to be more excited for football than people think. They can do whatever they want. They say we were going to win 3 games last year. We won 7, and Lord knows we should have won 10 had certain things happened the right way. Less injuries, better coaching. I mean, if you debating that, then you a hater. How about that? But anyway, we got 9 out of 22. We're going to be short, okay? 13 players. 13 to get to that number. Here's the beauty of our future. This is what we're going for, y'all, okay? All 9 of those players that we named should be back next year. I mean, I ain't talking about this year that we about to have. The year after. And since they should be back the year after, with those 12 slots that we have, think about all these moves we made, all these people we brought in. We've literally brought in like, 14 people already this offseason? And then whenever you draft 7 more, that's 21. Then when you get another 10 undrafted free agents, that's 31. You see, we're going to have a pool of about 30 players. And it's not about making 15 of those 30 players worthy. It's not about making 7 of those 30 players worthy. It's only about making about 4 to 5 of those players worthy. That's it. And when I say worthy, it's changing their title from guys that's competing to guys that will be going forward with us in the future. I love those odds for a coach. We got 30, it's going to be about 35 guys. We got about 35 guys, and truth be told, it's really going to be like 60-something when it's all said and done and all the people they bring in, because you got 90 at camp, okay? But out of all those guys, all you're looking for out of about 50 to 60 guys whenever you enter training camp, and this is not including the 9 that's for the future or the ones that's on the roster right now that we don't know. This is not including them. Out of all 60 of those extra players, all we're looking for is 4 to 5 of them to be guys that say we're going to move on to the future. And I'm not talking about, hey, they're this and that and this, just 4 or 5. So if you can elevate that 9 to 13 or 14, now you're only 8 players away. Then you go into the next year when you supposedly are banking on grabbing your quarterback, which is going to fill another one of those possibly. Now you're down to 7, but you got draft picks and a whole bunch of slew of other players. All you need is about 4 or 5 of those. And in 2 years, you're going to be about 2 players away or 3 players away from having a 22. And that's whenever it's, in my opinion, competing every single year. Because all you do at that point is get better and better and better if you stay the course. If you stay the course. Now, hey, we bring in 30 people every offseason. We're just trying to find 4 or 5 out of it. And then once you got 22 starters and now you're talking about rotating those guys and boosting more people up in those starting positions. And now you're working on, hey, all we need is 2 or 3 good depth guys a year. We got to catch up our books, y'all. We got to get to a point, and I'm going to be real with y'all. It's literally going to take about 5 years for us to, if we do everything perfectly right. And when I say perfectly right, that means bringing in 40 players and only finding 4 or 5 out of them. I'm not saying bring in 40 players and you got 20 out of it. It ain't that hard to be perfect if you're only looking for 4 to 5 to turn into. And that's all on coaching. The offensive coordinator should have had somebody developed to be that guy. The defensive coordinator should have had at least 1 or 2 to be that guy. That's where it's going to come from. That's where you get your kudos for being a good coach, developing talent. But we have to get to a point to where, just like the Patriots, you win a Super Bowl, you got some of the best players in the league, but not at a 10 level, but an 8 level. And you got 6 picks in the first 3 rounds of a draft. You're the Super Bowl champ in the next year. Every year you come into the draft, you got 6 picks in the first 3 rounds. Almost every year. And I won't be surprised that when they get to the first overall pick, if the Patriots don't trade that away and say, hey, let me get a first next year and a third this year. Now they just got another 3rd round pick. Now they take a few of them 3rd round picks they've been hoarding and they move up to the 2nd round. They just playing. I'm telling y'all now, 15, not even 15. The way that they set up, 5 years from now, the Patriots going to have about 4 first round picks. 4 to 5 years from now, they're going to have like 4 first round picks. They so far ahead of everybody else and winning Super Bowls and coming into drafts like that. And when they come into drafts like that, imagine when Brady departs. Imagine when Edelman departs and a left tackle retires that's been great or whatever on the O-line that's been great for so many years. And people say that crap about, oh, yeah, he's gone. Now they're going to be just like Buffalo, the Jets, and Miami. No, because that's going to be the year where they got 4 first-round picks, literally. That's what's going to happen. They're going to have 4 first-round picks, and they're going to be right back. Right back. Right back. We got to get to that point. We can't get to that point for at least 5 years if we do what we need to do, but we don't care about getting there in 5 years. That don't mean we can't win a Super Bowl in 2 years. We're going to win it this year, but y'all know what I mean. It don't mean we can't win it in 2 years. And I mean that. You don't have to have the flawless roster, but you still got to build towards that even when your roster is nice. Even when you get to the point, man, our roster is nice. No, where's the next move for us to make? Where's the next piece to the puzzle? Where's the next piece to the puzzle? That's what it's about, man. That he is the best Dolphin YouTuber. What are y'all talking about? Athens, yeah. Let's see. Who's your ISP? Go ahead and break the acronym down for me. What's ISP? I'm probably just not thinking. It's not hitting me right now. At Oscar heard what? You got a cable modem? That he is the best Dolphin YouTuber. Appreciate you, Oscar. Fat Boy Swag, shout out to you, homie. They've planned for long-term success what we are just now trying to do. Yes, but hey, you got to start somewhere. That's why I'm not mad about it. You got to start at some point. Here's where teams mess up, though. They'll be on a path that's going to lead for great future. It's going to lead to a great future. And they're 2 or 3 years into it, and their team won 4 games. Their team won 7. Now they won 9 and just missed the playoffs. And the fan base is just so frustrated, but they're not seeing the growth. And guess what happens? They break their pattern by seeing that big name and saying, oh, let's go get him in free agency. But now they know that they're hurting at the linebacker position, or they're hurting at the Let me straighten this up. Or they're hurting at the corner position. So now they're putting up 30 points a game, but every team they play is putting up 35. You see what I mean? You got to stay the course and remember your principles. Don't never overspend for someone. And I mean that. Never overspend for someone. And let them go if they're demanding more. And also develop your young talent, man. All right. And that don't mean keep your young talent. It just means develop your young talent. That's another thing. That's another thing, guys. Think about it. When you got a first round pick and you done had them for 4 or 5 years and now you want to trade them, it kind of sucks. But if you got a guy that went undrafted and you develop him into a talent where you can trade him for a second or third round pick, oh my gosh, you're winning. Turn nothing into something. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, man. TD, you got to give those linebackers some time. Of course I do. Let's see if it's them or their coaching. Absolutely, New York. I do got to give Jerome Baker time and Raekwon McMillan. I think sometimes y'all misconstrue what I try to say. I'm just keeping it straight down the line. Straight down the line. I'm keeping it straight to the point. The fact of the matter remains. At the linebacker position, we ain't got it yet. We need help. And that help can come from those guys. Jerome Baker and Raekwon McMillan. But we ain't got the help yet. And we got to give them time, yes. But like I said yesterday when I was talking about another area of competition, if we bring an undrafted guy in and he's playing better than them, I don't care if we bring in 2 undrafted guys and they're playing better than Raekwon and better than Jerome Baker, then yes, we got to give Jerome and Raekwon time. But you know what? These 2 guys deserve to start over them. And Raekwon and Jerome, hey, we giving you time in practice. You're still getting NFL reps. That's what it's about. Best player on the field. Not letting you feel entitled because you were a draft pick. No, sir. I'm happy you were drafted. That means we revered you higher than these guys that wasn't drafted. But this guy that wasn't drafted is outperforming you, so he deserves to be playing in that spot. But hey, you second on the depth chart. We're still giving you time because you might leapfrog him. But at the end of the day, we ain't got it at the linebacker position at this very moment. So let's just make that a fact already. We don't have it. Raekwon and Baker ain't no Brandon Spikes or Dante Hightower types yet. Of course, and I love how you said yet because that's optimistic as if they will be one day, and I hope so. But once again, that has nothing to do with open competition. If the competition is better, the competition plays. That's all this is about. It ain't about Jerome Baker and Raekwon McMillan just because they were drafted and some of us have a tighter bond to them. Y'all better lose them bonds. Them guys that can be gone tomorrow. Lose them. Let them earn it. They didn't. You shouldn't give them your bond and loyalty just because you drafted them. They got to come earn it. They got to come earn it, man. Hey, TD, what's up, buddy? What up, Pure Fans? Shout out to you, man. Give me a shot. I'm not as good as TD, but give me a shot. Fins Daily. Hey, y'all go subscribe to Matthew. Fins Daily with Matthew, man. That's my homie. Oscar Quintero, does TD usually make live videos at this time? Sometimes. Sometimes it depends. I like to go live during the day. I just been pretty busy lately working on some personal business stuff. But I go live in the evenings here and there. You know, if it's a busy week for me, then I maybe twice a week or something. But I'm trying to go live more often. But it's been pretty slow because the news. I don't like all the speculation stuff. But things have happened lately, so I'm live, baby. At Fins, I am following you. I will give you a shot, brother. McMillan is a bust. Hey, give him more time, like everybody say. But at the end of the day, I'm just calling it how it is. So I understand why you say that, Krusty Krab. They work too. I don't know what you're talking about, Oscar. No, usually in the day and night. No more falling in love with names no more. Thank you. And I love how you said with names. Our team ain't, y'all might as well get that out your system. We ain't finna be a name team no more. It's not, don't worry about it. It's not finna happen. And what I hate is, I don't care if Drew Brees and the owner had a fist fight tonight and they just cut Drew Brees. I don't care. All y'all out there, oh, we got to go get Drew Brees. He's getting older. I know he's still a stud, but what good is having the greatness for 2 years at a high price when you're going to have to pay all these young players coming up? You guys forget the names, man. Stop worrying about names. Competition is the best way to get the most out of players. Yes, it is. Nighttime is good. Hey, I'll see what I can do on a consistent basis. Adam, nah, LOL. I failed that test already. TD makes videos anytime and anywhere he wants, even from in the pool. You're right. TD, where do you work at? Right here with you, man. I still remember TD's what's the what? Man, both my channels I watch are from Florida, TD Fins and Franco TV. Best ever. Shout out to you, Pure Fins. Drew Brees is a fist fight. In a fist fight. You're right. I don't care about names. I just want to win. Don't we all? Don't we all, man? See, man, y'all gonna bring it back for me, man. I read it, man. I want to party like it's 1973. Someday, man. It'll happen, baby. We're gonna be back to it, y'all. We're gonna get back to it, all right? The reaction to the miracle. Fans up football, shout out to you. How you think they got them names? At the end of the day, yeah, you're right. How do you think they got them names? You're right. But once again, you know the luxury that they get for having those names and the negative that the team gets. That's what it's about. I don't care how they got the name, because getting the name only means you get to rob a team blind, like Ndamukong Suh did. He earned that name. And some would argue if he earned that almost $30 million a year. And that $30 million a year, listen, man, literally, that took away from at least 2 positions on our roster. That's a fact. You losing weight? Yes, man, I am. I'm down 13. I had a little rough patch up and down, but I'm down 13 from when I started earlier this year. So me and the wife, we go work out at about 7 p.m. every day, and we get it in, man. We just got to the point where we were like, we're gonna eat better, but we're not gonna limit ourselves with these crazy diets that say you can only have this and have that. We both came to the conclusion we can still lose weight and don't eat messy, but enjoy our eating. And it's happening slowly but surely, and we're headed in the right direction, and that's all that matters, man. We loving it. We're feeling better. We're having more energy, especially to chase all these babies, man. TD, how you doing, bud? How has your day been? It's been amazing, man. It's been amazing. Thank you for checking on me, man. Fins, you gotta grind and don't give up. Yes, man. Just keep on rolling. Right. TD, you're going to have to email or text me your address. Your gift is coming 3 to 4 months. I got you, Pure Fin. You know, I hit you up at Fins. I subbed. You got to get up there on the subs, man. Yeah, I mean, it'll come when it comes, but the best way to get up there on the subs is through you all. If you all share the videos, let everybody know that TD Fans Talk is here. I just got to get better. I got to get on my Instagram and Twitter game. I don't be on there. I don't be on social media like that, you know. Outside of getting updates with the Dolphins and stuff, it's just it takes a lot away from the time that I could be spending focusing on my business, you know. So and the person who asked me where I work earlier, I'm self-employed. I got a few ventures. But keep up the work. Oh, I gotta pop up. Get out the way. All right. All right, keep up the workouts, Cam Wake style. Remember, yes, and Cam Wake, man, he go a little harder than I do, but I'm going as hard as I can. Ronnie Grooms, you need to send me them loose shirts. Them loose shirts. I don't know if I can do that because what I did is I have one section of my closet with the clothes that I can fit now, and a section of my closet with all the clothes that I should be fitting now, and I'll probably be in next month. And I mean, if I got some loose stuff, I'll send it to you if you want. Just hit me up an email. Watch the 72 Fins on YouTube, how they stretch team and put it on the line for the guys for the next to you. That's what we need to get back to. Yes, sir. And do your job, man. TD, no problem, bro. I care for you, bro. Homeboy for life. Shout out to you, Matthew. Football, you talking about me. TD, he was telling Matthew he needs to up his subs. Oh, well, hey, it'll come, man. Just stay consistent and keep on giving this news, man. Let everybody know. We got Dolphin fans out here. They just want to hear what's going on. They don't have time to be doing all the reading of the articles and everything, so we give it to them. That's all it is, man. Big dog, how you doing? I'm good, Moose. Shout out to you, homie. Hey, but guys, last thing before I get out of here, preseason schedule is in. The Miami Dolphins preseason schedule is in. I'm going to go over that with y'all real quick before we get out of here. Let me see here. One moment. All right, guys, here we go. Here's what we have, y'all. I'm excited about it because it's a lot of close games, so we might even, if you want to go to them, I don't know, though. We'll see. Let me pull this up, this extra one. One moment, guys. Man, I literally closed my browser that had it up. 3882 subs isn't bad. I guess not. I don't know what's good or bad with subs. Just continue to do my thing and it grows, I guess. See here, one moment. All right, Miami Dolphins preseason. Oh boy. Man, it takes so long to come up. Just had it. All right, guys, here we go. Finally, sorry. All right, so we got our 4 preseason games. We already know we got Atlanta Falcons, we got Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the New Orleans Saints. Okay, first and foremost, the Atlanta Falcons in Week 1. That the game's going to be between August 8th and 12th. They don't have the official dates yet. The only one they have the official date is for Jacksonville. That's going to be Thursday, August the 22nd. That's going to be at Hard Rock Stadium. The game's going to be aired on Fox with kickoff at 8 p.m. So with that being said, I probably won't be going to that one if it's just going to be on TV and it's preseason. Or maybe I'll go. I don't know because it's Jacksonville Jaguars and it's the 3rd preseason game. All the starters should at least be playing the halftime and maybe even a little glimpse in the 3rd quarter. So it just depends. I don't know. I may be there. But Week 1, Atlanta Falcons at home as well. That's going to be, again, between August 8th and the 12th. Maybe a possibility. In preseason Week 2, we're going to be playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's about 2 hours from where I am, maybe an hour and a half. I'm in Central Florida. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man, I might definitely be at that game. Because they're also supposed to be holding joint practices this year with Tampa Bay. So that whole week, the Dolphins might be in Tampa the entire week. So if they're in Tampa and they're practicing, I might try to go see one of the practices if they open it up to the public and attend that game. That'll be pretty cool. Outside of that, then you got the New Orleans Saints. Well, Jacksonville after that. I'm sorry. I already told y'all that'll be on Fox. And then you have the New Orleans Saints. And we're going to New Orleans. And I'm not going to New Orleans. So that's August 29th or the 30th. So we have our preseason schedule out. We're going to try to do some type of link up for maybe one of the games. It'll probably be one in South Florida. So maybe Atlanta Falcons. Maybe. We'll see. Or who else is at home? The Jacksonville Jaguars. So we'll see, guys. That's where I'm at with it right now. See what y'all talk about before I get out of here. Y'all just talking crazy stuff. Okay, good night. Always say, but not out loud, so I'm good. If we got everyone on here together, we would have a heck of a party. Yeah, we would. But hey, we have it on Sundays, man, during the games. All right, man. See you tomorrow. Are you excited about using the 3-4 and 4-3 front? It's going to look multiple. I'm excited. I'm more than excited, man. Just versatility, man. That's something we haven't had in a long time. Good night, TD. I'm out of here. Nice stream, like always. Appreciate you, Rip. Who is your favorite AAF player we signed? I might have to go with, and this isn't just favorite player from what they did, but from what I'm hoping will be. I'm going to have to go with Jerry Jones-Smith. I love the size. It's another tackle. And Laramie Tunsil might be able to grab this guy and take him under his wing and become that veteran. Because think about it. Laramie Tunsil is going to he's going to be becoming a veteran now. I don't know if we can give him this year. He's considered a veteran probably. I mean, I know after your rookie year, but y'all know what I mean. So now he's going to be taking people under his wings and showing them the ropes. So that's who I got, all right? Is our safety Jones, our best player MVP. Jones ain't been playing the same, but that could be because of Burt. Love you. Keep grinding. You're going to reach 1 mil, believe. Shout out to you, Fins Daily with Matthew. Love you, man. See you, TD. Good to finally catch your live stream. You always streaming while I'm at work. Sorry about that, but hey, shout out to you, New York. Glad I can be with you tonight, man. Hey, TD, me and wife are discussing moving, Texas or Florida. What do you say? Lenny, Texas has the best cost of living that you can imagine. It's just missing the water and the sunshine all the time and the breeze. The hot is hotter than Florida. And the cold is 10 times colder than Florida. Okay. But if it's for financial reasons, you'll always win in Texas. Financially, you will always win in Texas. And I mean that. Trust me. Okay. And let me give you a comparison. Let's just hypothetically say in Texas, you have just say I don't care if you were renting. If you were renting in Texas and you had a home that costs $1,500 a month, in Florida, in most parts of Florida, that's every bit over $2,000. Okay, and I even I love the place we're at now. It's so amazing. And to me, it's kind of a downsize, but it's a lot more expensive than what it was in Texas. So that's and I make financial decisions. I got 5 babies, so you know what I mean. So that's my thoughts on it. Florida, for me, it's home. I love it here, man. Sunshine is just a whole new energy to it. So, hey, you got to make that decision, but that's the only advice I can give you, that kind of comparison. It's cost of living. It matters. Job market in Texas, amazing. Job market in Florida isn't great compared to other states. I'll say that, especially with the pay. That's another thing. We talked about the rent, but the pay is even great. Cost of living is less and the pay is better in Texas. So just saying, and you'll probably be like, why did you move back? Well, this is my home, man. Home is home. Which game though, Adam? Rest in peace, every home game, I hope. Fins Daily making it rain. Shout out to you, man. Will you be setting up a permanent spot with your Dolphin gear again? Yeah, I will. Probably start during the draft. It just depends, man. because I don't have the extra, like before I had an extra room where I did my setup. Now I don't have per se the extra room, because again, it was a slight down size and more expensive. But I'm gonna have my own area or something where I'm gonna set it up. Who knows? I might even do it on the balcony and different things like that at times. So it just depends. So I just wherever I feel like it'll be comfortable and it'll be live and enjoyable. That's what I'm gonna do. Shout out to you, Lenny S, with a donation. I have to pay for advice. Thanks, big bro. Shout out to you, man. Me personally, I am a Florida boy. Hey, I get it. Damn, I can't go to every home game. TD, we talking about tailgating our home games. Let's do it, baby. Let me know, Adam. Come to the Eagles game next year. We'll party down. Eagles in Miami or in Philly? Tubai, did you get the Walgreens job? Yeah, man. Let us know. Good night. Good night, fat boy. You're a good person, TD. Stay that way. Thanks, Ronnie. I try to be, man. Hey, man, I got to get out of here, man. This TD Fans Talk. Love y'all. Appreciate everybody in the room. It's still 56 in the room. Hit that like button on your way out if you didn't. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your love and support to every single person watching the stream and that's been watching the streams. Let everybody know about TD Fans Talk, baby. Let's get to that 4,000. Let's get to that 4,000 subscribers. We'll get there real soon, man. But thank everybody for tuning in to TD Fans Talk. Love y'all. Peace. I'm out. Y'all already know.